credit is going to all the going to all the banks. That is the first aspect. The second aspect, there is another aspect for point number 2. The second aspect is that the Central Bank of India is also checking. The Central Bank of India is also checking that whether the common people are getting the required loan or not, are getting the finance or not from the banks which are taking loan from the Reserve Bank. Try to understand what is point number 2. Point number 2 is telling us that the central bank controls the volume of credit. We all know what is credit. Central bank is the bank which is providing money to all the other banks. For example, the State Bank. For example, the Punjab National Bank. So all the banks are taking loan from the central bank. So here, the central bank is basically regulating the amount, regulating the volume of credit. What amount should go to a particular bank, that central bank will see. That is the first aspect. The second aspect, the second dimension of point number 2 is it also checks, the central bank also checks that whether the banks which are taking loan from the central bank, whether these banks are providing loan to the common people or not, or the banks are just giving loan to some big corporates or some big businessmen. Clear? So that the central bank has to see. This is point number 2. The central bank controls the volume of credit. Whether the money is reaching the common people or not, it is the duty of the central bank to check. So that is point number 2. What is point number 3? Point number 3 is the central bank acts as the advisor, as the caretaker of the central government. Whenever the government is in any kind of crisis, is in any kind of financial emergency, that time the central bank will come for aid, will come for help, will help the central government in providing the fund. Clear? So that is point number 3. And not just fund, it can be any kind of financial advice. The finance ministry in our central government can take the advice from the central bank, from the governor of the central bank, or from the people of the central bank. Clear? So in short, point number 3 is telling us that there is a connection between the government, between the central government and the central bank. There must be a connection, and there is a connection. So point number 3 is that. What is point number 4? Point number 4 is that the central bank is the custodian of all the foreign exchange. That means whatever foreign currencies are coming to this country, these foreign currencies are regulated by the central bank. The central bank fixes the exchange rate, checks whether the amount is reaching the country properly or not, whether any kind of money laundering, whether any kind of black marketing, whether all these things are happening or not happening. So in short, whatever foreign currencies are coming to this country, these foreign currencies are regulated by the central bank, are looked after by the central bank, such that there is no loophole in the system. There is no loophole in the financial system, in the international market. And that is point number 4. The central bank is the custodian of all the foreign exchange, of all the foreign currencies. Okay, after this we have discussed another point, another function. What is the fifth function? Can anyone tell me what is the 5th function? Can you please tell me what is the 5th function?
The 5th function is custodian.
Okay, then I missed, I think, from the middle one function.
So number 3 you mean?
What is that?
Banker's
Okay,
bank.
it is the banker's bank. Okay, this point is very simple actually. All the banks take loan from the central bank. All the banks take advice from the central bank. All the banks keep their reserve in the central bank. So you can say the central bank, that is the Reserve Bank, is the bank of all the banks. Clear? The Reserve Bank is the bank of all the banks of India. So that is point number 3. I hope all of you understood these 5 points. These 5 points we have discussed yesterday. Now, if you have anything to ask from these 5 points, you can ask. Those who joined late and those who were present yesterday, but you did not understand, you can ask again. No problem.
Sir, volume of credit.
Okay, volume of credit. Point number 2. The central bank controls the volume of credit. This is a very important point. First of all, try to understand what is credit. the amount that you give to someone, that is called credit. The moment you give an amount to someone, you become a creditor. Clear? Now, what is point number 2? Point number 2 is telling us that the central bank, that is the Reserve Bank, controls the volume of credit. Means whatever amount is coming out from the central bank is coming out from the Reserve Bank. The Reserve Bank is keeping an account, is maintaining an account, that what amount is going outside of central bank, which bank is taking what amount. Clear? Now, I told you in the previous class that there are 2 dimensions of point number 2. There are 2 aspects of point number 2. The first aspect is what I said just now. The first aspect is that the central bank checks that what amount is going to which bank is getting what amount. That is the first aspect. The second aspect is that the central bank also checks that whether the common people are getting loan from all the banks or not. Suppose, for example, try to understand, Asraul, Huda, and everyone. Point number 2 is slightly confusing, so all of you listen. Suppose, for example, I am the Reserve Bank. Suppose, for example, I'm the governor of the Reserve Bank of India, and you all are running subsidiary banks. Suppose, for example, Mehboob Alam is having a bank. His bank is, for example, State Bank. Tahir is having another bank. Like that, Jubair is having another bank. So all these banks, these bank managers, they are taking loan from me. I am providing the loan. Clear? Now, I'll keep a check. Point number 2 is telling us that the central bank will keep the check. So I will keep the check. What amount I'm giving to Jubair, what amount I'm giving to Tahir, what amount I'm giving to Mehboob. I'll keep a record. I'll maintain an account. That is the first aspect. Also, I will see that whether Jubair, Mehboob Alam, Tahir, these all people are running some banks, whether these people are providing further loan to the customers or not, whether these people taking money from me, from my bank, that is from the central bank, whether these people are providing loan to the common people or not. That also I will check. Because many a times what is happening, you see, suppose, for example, Tahir is having a bank. For example, his bank is Canara Bank. He is taking money from the Reserve Bank, that is from me. So when I'm giving him money, I'm maintaining an account. And if I don't maintain another account, that is whether Tahir is helping the common people or not, whether Tahir is providing loan to the common people or not, it will create a problem if I don't maintain an account. Why? Because maybe Tahir tomorrow will divert the loan. He will not give loan to the common people. He will give loan to big businessmen, to big companies. Ultimately, try to understand, why do we have banks? We don't have banks for big businessmen. We have banks for the common people, for the people who are struggling to get finance. It is the duty of all the banks, be it the private bank, the government bank, be it regional rural bank. It is the duty of all the banks to help the needy people, the people who require finance, who require financial aid. Clear? It is the duty of all the banks. Now, if the banks run by Mehboob, run by Jubair, if they are not providing loan to the common people, the economic development of the country will not happen. The economic development of the country will not happen because they will not provide loan to the common people. If they provide loan only to big businessmen and big corporates. Clear? So that also I have to check, that whether these people are providing loan to the common people or not. And that is point number 2. I hope everyone understood this. Point number 2 is about checking that whether common people are getting the loan or not, whether common people are getting the required finance or not. That is the duty of the central bank, to check, to regulate. Clear? So that is point number 2. The central bank controls the volume of credit. It checks the volume of credit. Okay. Any other point that you did not understand? You want me to explain again? Or any question? If you have any question, you can ask. If you did not understand a point, you can ask. Did you understand all the points? Tahir, did you understand all the points?
Yes, sir.
Okay then. Okay, then Jubair, please tell me the sixth point. What is the sixth point?
The central bank functions as the clearing house of the member banks.
Okay, now this is very simple. The central bank functions as the clearing house of all the other banks. Now, what is the meaning of clearing house? Clearing house basically means maintaining an account, maintaining a journal. Clear? What is a journal? Journal is basically a data sheet where the central bank is keeping all the records. How much money is going outside? How much money is coming inside? Which bank is taking what amount? That is called journal. I repeat, point number 6 is basically talking about record. It's basically talking about an account, about a journal. So the central bank, it is the duty of the central bank to maintain a journal. What you find in a journal? In a journal, you'll find some entries. What are the entries? The entries are what amount is going outside and what amount is coming inside. Clear? So these cash inflow and cash outflow, these data, these information has to be with the central bank. So it is the duty of the central bank to maintain a record, to be the clearing house. This is called clearing house. Clear? Of course, when you hear clearing house, you'll think like, okay, I'm clearing the house, means I'm taking out the stuff. It's not like that. Clearing house here means maintaining a record, maintaining an account, maintaining a journal, maintaining some information of what cash is going outside and what amount of cash is coming inside. Clear? Maintaining that. So that is point number 6. Please tell me point number 7. What is point number 7?
The central bank has a promotional role to play.
Yes, the central bank has a promotional role to play. What it can promote? It can promote, the central bank can promote many things. The central bank can promote economic development. The central bank can promote investment. If the central bank today promotes investment, like for example, invest in share market, invest in bonds, invest in mutual funds. If today the Reserve Bank is coming forward and telling people that you do all these things, then automatically the people will move towards investment. Are you getting me? Here, the 7th function is telling us that the central bank should act as a promoter. The central bank should try to promote investment schemes, try to promote investment policies. It is the duty of the central bank. It is the duty of the Reserve Bank. Clear? So what will happen when Reserve Bank will promote? Then we people will come forward and we people will invest in various markets, in share market. Otherwise, what happened? You see, we people are actually confused. First of all, Indians are slightly you can say mild-hearted. We cannot take bold decisions immediately. Maximum Indians cannot take bold decisions immediately. So we somewhere stifle. We think that, I mean, if we invest in this company, maybe we'll be in loss. So we need a company or an organization to come forward. And Reserve Bank is the best organization, is the best institution. If Reserve Bank of India comes today and tells that you invest, don't worry, nothing will happen, then you see people will get some security. Are you getting me? People will get some security. People will feel safe. People will think that yes, Reserve Bank is there backing us, is giving us the security. So let us invest. Otherwise, maximum people are scared to invest. That if I invest and if tomorrow I lose my money, what will happen? I'll be bankrupt. My money is gone. So we have that. What to say? We have that that scareness within ourselves. So central bank, that is the Reserve Bank of India, can be the promoter, can be the security, can promote economic development, can promote investment, can do all these things. Clear? And that will ultimately help the country in growing. The country will grow if the Reserve Bank of India promotes development, promotes investment, promotes policies and all these things. That is point number 7. What is point number 8?
There are miscellaneous functions which are performed by the central bank.
Okay, miscellaneous means extra. Miscellaneous means extra, the extra things. So in this particular section, we have discussed 7 functions of the central bank. 7 functions we have discussed in detail. The eighth function is telling us the central bank can do many other things. Miscellaneous means extra. Clear? The central bank can do many other things, can organize programs, can help a country. For example, the Reserve Bank of India can help Nepal also, if the Reserve Bank of India wants, with the permission of the central government, of course. So many extra things are there which the Reserve Bank of India can do, which the central bank can do. And that is point number 8. Miscellaneous means extra things. Clear? Seven functions or 7 things we have discussed. Eighth function, 8th point is telling us that there are many other things which the central bank can do, which the Reserve Bank of India can do. Clear? So that is point number 8. Point number 8, of course, is not talking about any particular thing. It is talking about extra things, what the central bank can do. So I hope all of you understood the 8 points, the 8 functions of the central bank. If you have anything to ask, you can ask. Then we'll move to the next topic, that is the functions of the commercial bank, and we'll end the chapter. So do you have any question connected with the functions of the central bank? Any question? No question. Okay. So let us quickly see one by one, and you all introspect. You all, when I'll revise the thing, you all ask yourself that, do I know this point properly? Do I have enough information for this point? You all ask yourselves. So let us again revise quickly. Okay, in brief, in short, point by point. What is point number 1? The central bank issues currency. Are you all clear with this point? You ask yourself. If you have any doubt, you please ask me. I'll again explain. The central bank, that is the Reserve Bank. Central bank is the Reserve Bank. Don't get confused. The Reserve Bank issues currency. That means only the Reserve Bank of India is having the permission to issue currency, to print currency. Now here, let me give you another information. Coins, 1 rupee coin and 2 rupee coins and 5 rupee coins. These coins are actually issued by the Finance Ministry. The coins are not minted by the Reserve Bank. The coins are not issued by the Reserve Bank. The coins are issued by the Finance Ministry. From 10 rupee coin, and then 10 rupee note and 20 rupee note, and it goes on. All these currencies are issued by the Reserve Bank. Clear? This is a small information you can keep in your mind, that 1 rupee and 2 rupee coins and even 5 rupee coins are actually minted, are issued by the Finance Ministry. That is the Department of Finance of the central government. Otherwise, all the other currencies, the 10 rupee note, 20 rupee note, 500, 2000, all these are issued by the Reserve Bank of India. So that is point number 1. Reserve Bank of India issues the currency as per the RBI Act of 1934. You have to remember this. There are some rules which are mentioned in the RBI Act of 1934. Point number 1. Point number 2. What is point number 2? Point number 2 is, please tell me, what is point number 2? What is point number 2?
Central bank controls the volume of credit.
Yes, central bank controls the volume of credit. Ask yourself that whether you know the point properly or not. The central bank controls the volume of credit, means the central bank checks whether the people are getting loan from the banks or not. Mind you, you cannot take loan from the Reserve Bank. You have to take loan from all the other banks which are working under the Reserve Bank. Clear? From all the subsidiary banks you can take loan. That is the State Bank, that is the Punjab National Bank, the Allahabad Bank, the Axis Bank. You can take loan from all these banks. So point number 2 is telling us that the central bank checks the volume of credit, whether people are getting the loan properly or not. That is the duty of the central bank to check. That is point number 2. Point number 3, it is the central bank is the advisor, the caretaker. Maybe that is not the point, but let me discuss this. The central bank is the caretaker, is the advisor to the central government. Whatever information central government requires on finance, clear, whatever information central government requires on finance, the central government can ask the central bank. Plus, if there is any kind of emergency in the country, any financial emergency, any financial crisis, then also the central government can ask for help to the central bank. The central bank will always help the central government by providing finance, by providing financial aid. That is point number 3. Clear? Point number 4. It is the custodian. The central bank is the custodian of all the foreign exchange. Ask yourself whether you know this point or not. The central bank controls all the foreign exchanges. That means whatever currencies are coming to India, these all currencies are regulated, are controlled by the central bank. The central bank fixes the exchange rate. For $1, what will be the conversion rate? For €1, what will be the conversion rate? For 1 KD, what will be the conversion rate? This will be decided, this will be fixed by the central bank. Clear? So whatever foreign currencies are coming to India, these foreign currencies will be regulated by the central bank. Point number 4. What is point number 5? Point number 5, I think, is, can you please tell me what is point number 5? I don't remember the point.
Oh, clearing house.
Okay, clearing house. Okay, clearing house. So the central bank acts as a clearing house. Now, these points we have discussed today. So listen, what is the meaning of clearing house? The central bank basically keeps a record, keeps a journal. In that journal, the central bank maintains some entries of what cash is going outside and what cash is coming inside. That means the cash inflow and the cash outflow that the central bank is keeping. Clear? So it is the duty of the central bank to maintain an account, to see whether each and every bank taking loan from the Reserve Bank, whether each and every bank is performing the duties properly or not. That central bank will check. That central bank will see, will regulate. So that is the meaning of clearing house. That is the 5th point. 6th point. What is the 6th point? Can you please tell the 6th point?
The central bank has the promotional role to play.
Yeah. The central bank, yeah. The central bank acts as a promoter. I told you what is the meaning of that. The central bank basically can do advertisement. Promotion means what? What is the meaning of promotion? Promotion means advertisement. The central bank can do advertisement, like economic development advertisement, like, for example, investment advertisement. And I told you the benefit of that. What is the benefit of that? We people who cannot take bold decisions about investment, we are confused whether to invest in this company or not